Welcome back, everyone. LanceScurvX here, the Scurv podcast. I want to speak about something that I'm quite sure most intelligent people have encountered and had to experience, unfortunately. Listen, I've been on this earth long enough to know that there are stupid people out here. I'm not saying that from a condescending mindset. I'm not saying it from some narcissistic mindset mentality. I'm just telling it like it is. Let's tell the truth that many people are too polite to say out loud. Sometimes the most exhausting thing in life is not hard work, not financial struggle, not even personal setbacks. The most exhausting thing is dealing with people who simply refuse to think. Oh, I hate it. You know the feeling. You sit across from someone who speaks with absolute confidence about something they clearly do not understand. You hear the words leaving their mouth, and inside your mind, you instantly see every flaw in their thinking. You know exactly where the logic breaks down. You know exactly what facts destroy the argument. So you try to explain. You gather your thoughts. You present your reasoning clearly. You believe that if you just explain it well enough, the other person will finally see the truth. But instead of understanding you, they double down. They repeat the same foolish point with even more confidence than before. And somehow you leave the conversation feeling drained while they walk away feeling victorious. That moment right there is when you realize something disturbing about the modern world. Intelligence does not always win. In fact, sometimes intelligence becomes a trap. Highly intelligent people carry a dangerous assumption. They believe that most people care about truth. This belief feels natural. If you value facts, logic, and reasoning, you assume other people do too. You assume that if someone sees clear evidence, they will adjust their opinion. But that assumption is wrong. Most people are not arguing to discover truth. They are arguing to defend their ego. This is where frustration begins. When you present logic to someone who is emotionally attached to being right, they do not see your reasoning as helpful information. They see it as a personal attack. Their pride feels threatened. And when pride feels threatened, people become irrational. They twist facts, ignore evidence, and even embarrass themselves just to avoid admitting they were wrong. So the smarter your argument becomes, the more defensive they become. And before you realize it, you're spending all your energy explaining reality to someone who has no interest in understanding it. There's something many intelligent people struggle to accept. Stupidity is not always passive. Sometimes it's aggressive. A foolish person with confidence can dominate a conversation simply because they refuse to think deeper. They repeat the same ideas loudly, stubbornly, and endlessly, and oftentimes won't even let you get a word in. Meanwhile, the intelligent person tries to explain nuance, context, and complexity. But complexity takes effort to understand. Simplicity does not. So the fool keeps repeating simple nonsense while the intelligent person spends mental energy crafting thoughtful explanations. Eventually, the intelligent person becomes tired, frustrated, and emotionally drained. The fool wins the argument not by being smarter, but by being more stubborn. That is a moment when you realize the battlefield itself is unfair. You're bringing logic to a fight that is not about logic at all. One of the hardest lessons in life is accepting that not everyone wants the truth. Some people enjoy their ignorance. It protects their ego. It allows them to avoid responsibility. It keeps their worldview simple and comfortable. When you try to force truth onto someone like that, they will treat you like an enemy. Not because you're wrong, but because you're disrupting their comfort. Many intelligent people waste years trying to educate people who are committed to misunderstanding them. They believe patience and better explanations will eventually work. But some minds simply refuse to change. And every hour you spend arguing with someone like that is an hour stolen from your own growth. So what's the solution? The answer is not arguing harder. The answer is refusing to play the game. Now, how does that work? Instead of fighting foolish ideas directly, sometimes the smartest move is to let those ideas collapse under their own weight. Agree with them so completely that the logic becomes ridiculous. Push their thinking to its extreme conclusion. When a person insists something unrealistic is easy, calmly agree and suggest doing it immediately. When someone makes a bold claim with no evidence, encourage them to take it all the way. Most foolish arguments collapse when forced to face their real-world consequences. The person who made the claim suddenly realizes the idea makes no sense when taken seriously. And the beautiful part is that you never had to argue. You simply allowed reality to expose the flaw. Now let's talk about a harder situation. Sometimes a foolish person is not a stranger. Sometimes they're your boss, your manager, your client, or someone who holds authority over your life. In these situations, arguing becomes dangerous. A foolish person in power often feels insecure about their intelligence. When they encounter someone who clearly thinks deeper than they do, it threatens them. And threatened people with power can become vindictive. Instead of challenging them directly, the smarter strategy is subtlety. Let them feel important. Let them believe their ideas are respected. You are not surrendering your intelligence. You're protecting your position while you quietly pursue your own goals. Intelligence does not always mean confrontation. Sometimes it means strategic silence. There's a powerful moment that comes when you finally stop trying to correct everyone around you. You begin to observe instead of reacting. You notice how predictable human behavior becomes when ego is involved. You see how often people defend beliefs simply because they feel emotionally attached to them. And something interesting happens. Your frustration disappears. You no longer feel responsible for fixing other people's thinking. You stop wasting energy on arguments that will never lead anywhere. Your mind becomes quieter, your focus becomes sharper. Instead of trying to change the world one argument at a time, you invest your energy into building your own path. Intelligence is not about winning debates. Intelligence is about choosing which battles are worth your time. The world is full of noise. People argue endlessly about things they barely understand. Pride and ego drive conversations more than facts ever will. Once you see that clearly, something shifts inside of you. You stop chasing validation from people who cannot recognize truth anyway. You stop trying to impress minds that are committed to misunderstanding you. And that freedom changes everything. Because real power is not proving that you're right. Real power is achieving your goals while the foolish world argues about things that never mattered in the first place. When you finally stop trying to convince fools, your life becomes lighter. The endless mental battles disappear, and the energy you once wasted on arguments returns to you. Instead of explaining yourself over and over again, you begin investing that time into your work, your ideas, and your future. You realize how much of your life was being drained by people who were never truly listening. And that realization can feel painful at first. It forces you to accept that not everyone is capable of understanding the deeper layers of reality. But that acceptance is also freedom. Because once you understand that truth, you stop fighting the wrong battles and start building the life you actually want. That's a fact. I've learned this time and time again. And it's so true. Never find yourself arguing with a fool. There are so many stupid people out here, and I stand by that. There are many intelligent people out here, and I get along with them fine because we can break things down with logic and with reasoning. But once I understood the insecurity of the stupid people, those who don't want knowledge, they want to stay in their small circle, right? And usually stupid people like to hang around stupid people because the initial stupid person is not challenged. But when they know there's somebody in their midst that has a modicum of intelligence, the attacks begin. They try to even chop you down before you can open up your mouth. Why? Because they're stupid. I'm leaving you with that. Let me know what you think. LanceScurv out. Avoid the stupid people and don't argue with them. If you have any stupid episodes that you'd like to share, let me know in the comments section below and let's have fun with this. But it's not worth it, y'all. Build and keep your energy to yourself. Much love to you all. Take care. LanceScurv out. Peace.